Farmers Insurance, all with the same agent. And how does that? But there it was the boat, right? So I think the boat was a tack on that they did at the end when they found out, oh, we got a boat we could cover. The boat didn't coordinate with the PUL, and so it wasn't a big exposure, but it's just, why did I catch it? Why didn't the agent catch it that they've been with for 4 or 5 years?
Uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage, I think, is more and more important. Gotta have it. And I see a lot of brokers agents that'll quote it without and say, "But if you want this, it's on." I'd say every one of put it on. I mean, it's just, to me, it's a
make sure your umbrella liability is for that as well, because that's got to be,
can skew the pricing of that.
Yeah,
too.
that's got to be designated.
Talked about the underlying liability coverage.
Personal, and that goes in the house too. I made a note on my agenda. That goes under the house too. You got to make sure that the house's underlying liability meets the PUL.
Personal articles.
There's no real quality difference as far as auto. I mean, because auto is just kind of the throw in where you got to usually have them with the same carrier to get the best prices.
No, there is a difference. Some insurance companies will write, like the good ones will write you actual replacement cost on the vehicle. Others will do actual cash value, which takes into account depreciation.
Okay. Do you look into that typically?
They almost always
depending on the vehicle, or how do you evaluate the auto? Because the home, I think, is easy. I mean, it's easy. There's a lot of key things, but the auto, it's other than the liability limits and the injury limits, that actual cash value is important.
I don't know. Sometimes I see that auto is cheaper, home is more, and it nets out to be the same. And I know I'm getting a really nice policy on the auto, which means my 4-door sedan, if I'm in an accident, they just replace that 4-door sedan. They don't look up the book and say, okay, it's worth this minus the year model. Here's the depreciated number. It's no, we're going to replace you with a 4-door car, and as long as you're not buying an Aston Martin, we're not going to make you buy, a Yugo. I remember Yugos.
Dating yourself.
Dating, come on. So it's what's that?
Engine in the back.
I don't know what.
Didn't have it.
Yugoslavia.
Nothing was the engine in the back.
But so I've never seen that. I've never dug that much into it because, again, what more I might pay on the auto, I make up in the home savings, so it ends up being a net.
Somebody's got a quirky thing too, where it's a better, not for your rental car that you get a rental car if you're in an accident, but if you're being covered through the rental car that you're driving, and you don't accept that coverage, but you use your underlying auto insurance. Somebody's got, and I just heard him recently talking about it, and paid too much attention, obviously. I don't remember who it was, but
Better coverage.
Cincinnati, I think, has like some, added benefit as it relates to the rental car and what that benefit could be if you're in an accident in that rental car. But Chris, to your point, I would agree that it seems to be more commodity-based, best price available versus anything else. I think it still holds to if they're a good. I mean, you're more apt to have an auto claim than you are a homeowner's claim. So if they're shitty at claims, you probably want, you wouldn't want them because you're going to have to deal with it more often than not. Some have the two. That I've seen the waiver for the window